And welcome back, everybody. We want to welcome the Republican Club members, of course, Ro Kendall and Pat Mancone. Thank you guys for joining us.
Oh, welcome. Thank you for having us.
And you guys, as always, have plenty going on, especially in July. Lots of good stuff going on.
Yes.
But you have some speakers coming up on July 5th that we want to talk a little bit about. How we're doing here.
Yeah, we're doing good. I'd like to talk about our keynote speaker first.
Sure.
Ken Williams is a longtime member of the Orange County Board of Education. He's been a trustee for many years, Michael, over 10 years. He's a father, he's a professor, family physician, and he feels honored that he has a sacred trust placed in him to be representing the Board of Education. He's also an Orange County Deputy Sheriff in Reserve, which I did not know. I just kind of looked that up. He's an impressive man. He's dedicated his career to helping children and parents and families as a trustee of the Orange County Board of Education. He supports back to basics education, which is STEAM. I've known STEM for a while, and the new acronym is STEAM.
Right.
So it's science, technology, English, arts, and math.
Right.
And he's passionate about that. And we're very excited because they just appointed Dr. Stephen Bean. He's a new superintendent. Al Maharis was very ill for the last year and a half, so he resigned. So Stephen Beam was just appointed, overwhelming. There were 6 candidates. I was there when he was appointed. And so Ken Williams will be talking about how now Stephen Beam how his superintendent appointment will impact, keeping in with Ken and the board has always supported charter schools, parents' control, parental rights. They want to protect the innocence of children and oppose government-mandated radical sex education in the school, which is happening all over our country. So we'll see. We're very excited about it.
Okay. And he's just going to be one of your speakers, though. You have another one coming up, Fernando Arroyo. Tell us a little about Fernando.
I'm going to talk about
Fernando.
Here we go. And he is a former Army veteran, and he has a great story. A story I think that will touch many of our veterans in terms of what to do when they come out of the service. They're kind of lost. They don't know how to readjust to normal life.
And he's certainly, I mean, his story, he has certainly had some troubles coming out like many soldiers have.
Yes. He actually attempted suicide, and through what he calls divine intervention was saved, and he's gone on to get his bachelor's degree in criminology at UC Irvine, and also a Master of Divinity degree from Biola University. So I'm anxious to see I don't know what he's going to do with those. We don't know what he's doing right now, but that's going to be very interesting to see how he's channeled that experience and that education into where he stands today. But he's very inspiring, and he's a native Californian. He's one of our own. And I'm really enthusiastic about him. I hope everyone else will be.
And I think there's one thing that both sides can agree on. Any administration says we're not doing enough for our vets in terms of after they come out of the service, in terms of support. They need mental health services and those kind of things. So, more VAs, more help, more folks would be a great thing to see for folks like that. So, so people like Fernando don't have to go through what they went through and maybe not get the services they need immediately.
Well, I know he channeled a lot of his self-discovery into a book. And the title of the book is A Shadow of Death, From My Battles in Fallujah to the Battle for My Soul. He had a lot of trouble with, there's a thing, why me? Why did I survive when so many of his friends didn't survive? And
they have that survivor's guilt, they call it.
Yes.
Right.
So he wrote about it. He channeled it into his own experience, into a revelation that will be also for sale at our meeting. So if anybody wants to come by and pick that up, that'll be great.
Yeah, what an intimate story. What do you guys do in terms of finding these guests that you come in? I know some of them are running for offices, and you're supporting that on the GOP side of the ticket. But when you find other guests like this one, where do you find them? You just out there searching, doing your thing, or
we go to meetings?
Like we met Fernando at the memorial event over the PAC
that
GRF's promoted.
Okay.
And I heard him, and I went up to him right away because we're always trying to find speakers that will encourage, educate, and enlighten us, and keep us hopeful.
Yes.
So those are the kind of speakers we try to get. We all need encouragement and hope.
Not too shabby, not too bad a
Yeah.
deal. You also have some, I want to make sure we talk about 4th of July. It's
Yeah.
coming up. You guys are
Yes.
going to be playing part. And Pat, you're going to have a decorating party over at your place?
Yes, yeah, in my neighborhood. And I'm right down the hill from Clubhouse 5. The event's going to start at Clubhouse 5. But on July 3rd, the day before, from 2 to 4, we're going to, in my cul-de-sac, we're going to decorate the carts. We did it last year in Anita Price's neighborhood, but unfortunately she passed away. So now I'm going to pick up the mantle and have it at my yard. And then on July 4th, hopefully, I want to invite all the Village Patriots who want to come, anyone who wants to come and decorate their cart and join us in the parade. It's such a great event.
It's
Seeing
fun.
all the clubs.
Right.
I mean, it's just a wonderful way to spend the 4th of July.
Yeah, it's fun to do the kind of parade. I mean, I remember when we were kids, we do the kids' tricycle parades in our neighborhood and that kind of thing. And now
Oh,
the
you remember that?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. So it's
Yeah,
kind
those
of
are
cool to see
memorable.
the golf cart parade kind of thing, that tradition kind of going on.
Yes,
Bring your golf
yes.
cart.
Bring your golf cart, decorate it
And
up.
our village really comes out. I mean, it really does.
Oh yeah,
And you were mentioning
I've
July.
seen the pictures and videos from previous times. It's like
Yeah.
it looks like a fun time, and everybody's waving their flags.
We go through the neighborhood. And
Yeah.
It's fun riding on the cart. I brought my son's dog last year, and it was fun. We were with my dog.
That's a good idea.
Now, what are you guys doing in terms of, as we get closer to the election, in terms of supporting this local slates of candidates? Are you guys putting out the flyers? Are you able to contribute to some of the causes? How are you guys supporting?
We will be. We'll be putting out the slates. We're going to have a candidate forum in September, Michael.
Okay.
At the beginning of September. Get our candidates out early and get out the vote in our neighborhood. Yeah, we're working on that.
Do you know anybody yet, or not? Is it too early to know anybody that's going to be there?
Oh, you mean the candidates?
Yeah, candidates. You have anybody in
well,
line yet?
Young Kim
Okay.
will be running for the 40th Congressional District. Diane Dixon will be running for the 37th Assembly District. Scott Baugh is running in the 47th.
Okay.
So we'll have him. We'll have the main people, but we also want to focus on local. So
Yeah, and I think that's the one that I think you guys and on the Democratic Club on the other
Yes.
side, they do you guys both do
Yeah,
such a great job
yeah.
of getting the candidates that don't get that, get
Right.
that publicity, they don't get the opportunity, and these are the great times where they can come out and really kind of
Yes.
tell us who they are, what their platforms are, and that kind of thing.
Exactly. Thank you for asking that.
Yeah,
it's
that's
very
a good one.
important.
I like
Also,
that.
our city council, I hear there's going to be, some positions on the city council.
That's
so
terrific.
we want to get more involved in that.
Yeah, because I know when people go down the ticket and if they're not engaged like you guys are
Right.
and that kind of thing, they're like, incumbent, okay, check mark or whatever it might be,
Right.
and that kind of thing. So I think it's important to have that out there just to really get the opportunity to meet the candidates that you're voting for.
Yes, and both the Democrat Party and us, we do a good job. We have our ballot, and we put the ballot in the Globe. But I know for both parties, it's a great tool for our people because, like you're right, they're not as entrenched and as
Right.
involved as we are. So
Yeah, you
They
get
look
immersed
for
in it. It's
that.
like, well, everybody knows this. And you're like, actually, they don't.
Yeah,
Some
right.
people really aren't paying attention, but they go out there and vote,
That's
so it's
right.
important is what the work you guys both sides do
Well,
to
we
get that
usually
name
do
out.
also a ballot marking party, so to speak, where
Yeah,
we
yeah.
can answer questions and
Yeah.
talk to whoever wants
and
information.
sometimes the candidates come.
and
Those are
help
great.
them.
Those are great too. Yeah, just go through the rundown, the information
Yeah.
on all those things, the measures and the
God,
propositions
yeah.
and all the fun stuff.
Yeah, those are the toughies.
All right, well, you guys are doing good work over there. I know that.
Thank
Pat
you.
and Ro, thank you so much for coming up.
Thank you.
Look forward to the July 5th event that you guys are going to have both those speakers out. They sound fantastic. And then go over to Pat's house for decorating on July 3rd.
Thank you, Michael.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
When we come back, the old pros will be with us. Stay tuned.